YouTube screaming. YouTube screaming. The YouTube streaming now. Man. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at that UNVR or UNVR, but I'm not sure our charts are up. Okay, there's that. Okay, so there's the 8 EMA. That's why Jeff couldn't hear me. I said I gave him the explanation, and I thought he was shunning me, but but he couldn't hear me. So let me know, guys, if there's any change in the audio as we're going forward here. Now I know I mentioned this one. It ripped higher. HAPI. It ripped higher. Virus play. I think I mentioned it right around here. It ripped. Wow. I mean, it went from 1659 to 1820. Now it's come back. All right, so what is happening here? I haven't even been paying attention here. So there's the BVN long, still chart lag. I almost want to just call it quits right now. Jeez. Anyway, let me take a look at. So there's the BVN. This is really interesting. I'm surprised. Now, again, it is a gold play, gold, silver, precious metals. I know that they're into a lot of things. Um, in Peru, gold, silver, lead, zinc, copper, and United. Wow, they're all over the world. Let me know how it goes. Obviously, real. I'd be very interested. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a stab at it again too. My first foray into it was not a pleasant experience, but I was probably in the most volatile time in history, which was 2008 and 9, when we think, it's been volatile these past couple of weeks, but imagine that happening for a year. Oh, I would never swing it. Never. Personally, never. I mean, look, anything can happen overnight, right? I mean, all right. So The AI is all screwed up. I can tell you that right now. The AI is all screwed up, guys. If I could get a chart to load, I would tell you why or how. Jeez, what a breakdown in technology today. Come on, just load. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. Okay, so something, in fact, I have to tell the developers this. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, this is obviously screwed up because the AI, obviously it might have never, ever, ever hit the stop. The stop was 253. I mean, look at, it's way down here. It never hit that. So there's something going on with the AI also. Do apologize, but hey, we haven't had anything like this happen for a long, 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 long time. Okay, so all you have to do, now today's a bad example, Old Hack. I love your name, Old Hack. All you have to do is go into the orders. So you have the orders tab. Make sure you have the orders tab. If you don't have it open, just click on new and orders tab. Okay. And then all you have to do is just right click and cancel. Highlight it and cancel it, okay? I want to make sure you got that. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously I'm having a tough time here. I mean, okay, I'm going to have to show them what I'm talking about. There's the SPY now. That was the magic. Well, I don't know if that's current, but Oh man, come on, load. Guys, I just want to ask you a question. If you have a chart of Mito that's current, just tell me if it ever hit 253 after that. I doubt very much. I mean, I'm assuming it didn't. You mean, are you telling me that Mito hit $2.53? No, 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 not at the open. No, no, I'm talking about after the alert. See, this is what I'm talking about. You see how it says stop hit? There's no way after that alert at 290 that it hit 253. That's the only way we get a stop hit. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. No, I guarantee it did not do that. There's no way in the world. All right, guys. So listen, I mean, there's not a lot I can do right now. I mean, I can't. I have no chart, so we have a marketing meeting at 2. Could be interesting. Well, I said it wouldn't, but here's an IB chart. So I'll put it on another monitor just so I can. No, no, no talk. No talk about that. It has to be monitored, our snow. You know, it has to be monitored. It's a free room, and you know, it's just too much for the for certainly for me to do it, and the other traders and all that. So, you know what? I think 9 to 3. I personally, I think it's plenty. Got to take a break sometimes, guys. You got to take a break. Don't be, so consumed by trading, in my opinion. That's funny, Liam. Man, oh man. Well, okay, the alerts are real time. I'm looking at here. These alerts are real time, so there's no delay in the actual alert. It's just the chart. Well, I haven't had an IB chart open forever. Sync the new chart windows. Are you talk? Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having all sorts of audio issues also on my end. My earphones. Wow. I want to write this day off. Okay. Excuse me. How to sync the new chart windows? Are you talking about how to link them together so when I click on a symbol, all these time frames load with that symbol? Is that what you mean? Okay, so yeah, only two options with our chart. So if you right click on the chart, right click, and where it says properties, check symbol linking. So it's either going to be unchecked or checked. So when you check symbol linking, so I've checked symbol linking for all these 5 charts, where I've unchecked it obviously for here. Remember to save your work, save your layout. When you exit, save your layout. Because all the work you do, like things like that, will be lost unless you save your layout. Not just you, but anybody else, too, for everybody. All right, what is the market? I know it's probably down more than 528 because somebody said it was down 600 or so, and it's starting to drift down. 666. Okay. Well, at least it's or 665. At least it's not 666. Oh man, it's exhausting, when you rely on technology and it fails you. Hard enough to do all this without the technology failing you. So I just got out of all the positions. There's no point in even taking a look at these. All right, guys. Sorry about this. I mean, we're just going to have to. I might just go text for the rest of the day. I mean, there's just zero point, and can't point anything out whatsoever. And I'm still having audio issues on my end. I'm assuming you can hear me, and the audio is fine on your end. I'm having terrible audio on my end. So, yeah, as I say, just write this day off. Yeah, I should. I wish I could go fishing. Not that I'm a big fisherman, but man, oh man, yeah. So now, I mean, guys, I mean, this is now more. There's just no charts at all. So, I'm trying to think of what I should do. I have a marketing meeting at 2 o'clock. Not a heck of a lot I can talk about if I don't have charts, etc. The worm story, African night crawlers. No, I don't want to do that. It's too disruptive right now. There are people who want to trade, and you guys can still post. I'm gonna keep the room open, so I'll keep the room open. I'm not gonna shut it down. You guys can still text to each other, post to each other. I'll just monitor it that way. But I have no charts at all now, so there's really not a heck of a lot I can do. Well, at least it didn't happen during our test drive. That's one good thing. Well, I'll talk a little bit about this. Actually, note to myself here, ask about the similar tab. Okay, so this is an upcoming build for you guys. You'll notice I have a similar tab here. It's not available yet, but this is what it does. Excuse me. When you click on it, say you click on an alert, CFG. This will show you all the other stocks in the same sector as CFG. And so what I've done, so you can see that JO is the top stock in that sector. I mean, I can't load it, but, and it's sort of an ETF. There's a lot of stuff in here that I want to get rid of, because I mean, there's a ton of, I don't even know what these are. These are foreign exchange, maybe pink sheet stocks too. Let me get to another one, BVN. It'll be, okay, so little better. So here's BVN. Here's the top one in the sector. And what I've done, so how do I get this? I basically just duplicated the single stock window on the similar tab. Then I duplicated it again. And why did I do that? Because what I really want to be able to do is at a glance see what the top stock in the sector is and what the worst one is. So I've sorted on the change from the close percent. So there's the FSM, and then at the bottom end is the CDE. So at a glance, you can see what's happening within the sector. You can also, let's just say for argument's sake, that you really wanted to follow this sector. All you have to do is pop it out, and it becomes a top list window. And now you can massage it as you would like to. In other words, add more columns, put some filters in place if that's what you want to do. That's actually what I did. On the pharmas. I have another bio list. Yeah, I mean, listen, the SMH, I know it worked to a certain extent. I think it probably triggered, but for me, the market, I mean, you can't fight this market. And the ETFs are going to be just like that. I think it triggered, but obviously, I don't know what the stop was, but the whole idea of it was, not just one day of 1,200 points up, but maybe a few days. Well, I'm talking now, Michael, but I mean this BVN. I mean the charts. It's not just that they're slow now. They're just not doing anything. Do a reset of the connection. Okay, one popped in here. All right, one. Can you count how long it takes for it to load? Oh, stop it with the IGT. That was my big short for the day. Unless it popped. Did it pop? I'm kidding, real, of course. Yeah, I think it's the server. Yeah, no, I wanted to short this one. I can't remember exactly what price. Just under 10, I think, or right around here, actually. All right, guys. Yeah, it's going to be a fun marketing meeting today. Um, PDCO. Again, this is real time, so that's not an issue. The alerts are coming in at real time, and some have charts. I think it depends on the server you're on, because I'm talking to some people at Trade Ideas, and their charts are fine, but it's about a 25 to 30-second load right now for me. Or even longer. Yeah, it's even longer. Well, guys, listen. Now's the time to ask me questions because I really can't do anything else. I mean, the charts are taking like a minute to load, so I really can't do anything else. So if you want to ask me some questions, as long as you don't ask me to check a stock because I can't see the chart. No dark pool, no. Okay, so unfortunately, SMG, yeah, that was the what a day. Okay, you have to use Chrome as your browser, all right, and then disable the hardware accelerator. I'm going to pop that in here. The reason I went to Firefox today earlier was because that solved all that issue, but then we ran into man, after running very smoothly with Firefox, we ran into an audio and screen issue, so that's why I went back to Chrome. So but SMG, if you, I'll pop this in here, the instructions, okay? Just underneath where you actually, okay? So SMG, hopefully you can see that. So use Chrome as your browser, disable the hardware accelerator, close down the browser, and then reload it. And that should do it. The account builder, the same ones. Well, I don't use the account builder at all. So when you say same ones you have or current ones, I mean I certainly don't call anything here an account builder. So I'm not sure I understand your question exactly. These are just windows that I've created for myself. Completely different from what the account builder would have. Well, I shouldn't say completely. I mean, there could be some overlap, but that would just be a coincidence. Does that make sense? Can you get your alerts in here? You mean in the account builder? No, no. You want my alerts? You mean you're talking about these right there? These ones? And Momo up and Momo down as an example? So Momo up? I mean, I'm sharing everything. So, I mean, you can just load the window. If you click on the scans tab, you know, everything that I'm sharing, many scans in here. One of them is Momo up, momentum up, okay? And if you want my windows, these windows, you have to load the channel from the channel bar, new, channel bar, and then my windows right there. But remember, this is a layout. Like everything else in a channel bar is a layout, as you're probably aware because you've clicked on the account builder. You can only have one layout loaded at a time. So I mean, if you saw a window in the account builder that you liked, is all you have to do. Wherever account builder is, account builder. Okay? So if you want to see this like on fire as an example, just right click. Well, first of all, you can make adjustments to it. Right click, configure. Hopefully this is working. You can maybe make, you know, whatever price range you want. I mean, you can make adjustments here if you want. If you're comfortable with the way it is, save it to the cloud. Right click, save, save. So now it's in the cloud. And then you can maybe, if you want to load my windows, or you have other, or this is what you really can do. I mean, you can start to save individual windows to the cloud and then bring them back one at a time. File load from cloud. Bring them back one at a time to create your own specialized layout or customized layout. Okay, does that make sense? I mean, I probably don't go over that enough, but I mean, in the channel bar, we have all these different channels, all different themes. So you can go into each one of them. You see a window you like, just you can make some changes to it and then save it to the cloud. Go on to another channel. You can start extracting windows from all the different channels. And that once they're in the cloud, then you can just bring them back, the ones you want, create a layout that is customized for yourself, and then save that layout. And then that's what you would probably use every day. And then every now and then, maybe you get rid of a window for a while. When I say get rid of, just close it down, it'll still be in the cloud, and bring back another one. I do not change my layout very often. I'm always, obviously, since I have my watch list, I've got my two Momo up, Momo up, Momo down. That's really about it. I have some other windows, but I mean, if push came to shove, I mean, this is all I would use. But again, that's just me. That's why, I mean, Trade Ideas is as customizable as you want it to be. I wish I could see it. I'm sure it is. I think it's what, 336 right now, MNK. Minus 775. Wow. So we were up 1200 yesterday? And we're going to maybe just give it all up. I am seeing APT. Wow. Haven't they been under the gun like that for a long, long time? The MNK? I'm going to try something here. I'm going to save my layout, and I'm going to reload and see if maybe that can fix things. Uh-huh. So that fixed it. Guess I should have done that before. Okay. Well, I guess I should have done that earlier. So now I see down. So this is now current 755 down. Too late for me to do anything now, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm watching how it's loading. Okay, not terrible. Man, in one of the scans that I use, there is not one stock near the high of the day. All right, guys, this marketing meeting is going to start in about a minute. So let me get the announcement into the room. So I am here. I can answer, while listening to the meeting and before it's my turn to say anything. I can certainly answer you post or text wise. I remember Commodore. Yeah, I mean, I do remember. Well, I mean, the theory being is that if they're doing it, they're thinking that something's wrong. But now, what's that 200-day moving average for the SPY again? Oops. All right. Call has started, guys. So putting myself on mute. Can you repeat that, Scott? What dates? 11th to 22nd. Yeah, it looks good to me. And we don't have to worry about going over in another month, overlapping, so that's good. Okay. And let's see now. So I do have, I think I have all my data back, but it's, of course, it's too late now for me to really do much. So, but I do have all my data back, I believe. All the charts seem to be loading. They seem to think that everything should be back to normal tomorrow. There's still some things I'm noticing this, my indices have not. I don't know what's the Dow down now. Is it down 1,000 or did it get, probably got down below 1,000, right? I'm just looking at the SPY down to 297, so I'm sure that must have translated down to below 1,000 or below 1,000 for the stock or for the Dow. 823. That's the low. Okay, I thought it would have been lower. No, but before did it not touch underneath 1,000? Yeah, yeah. No, I. All right, let me see what's happening. Some of these that are just really, really falling down now. GNMK, that was a high flyer in the pre-market. After hours, pre-market, popped up here. Really giving it up. It's actually an earnings play too, as well as had some virus news. I was kind of watching that quotient, QUOT, but it didn't really break down. And it's kind of trying to pop up here a little bit with the market, maybe. But I tell you, if it takes out that 830, there's no support. No, well, I shouldn't say that. There is support right around 750. Maybe around 8. I shouldn't say that. Maybe around 8 there is some support. Just looking for maybe one last trade. Ah, man. Remember I was talking about INO. If it could come off this later on in the day. So look at this. INO is starting to move here. INO. The high in the pre-market was 577. So it's a nice break on that 15. Now keep an eye on this on that break here. I mean, this could, if it takes out that pre-market high, um, Wainwright reiterates a buy, $13 target for Inovio. That was at 13.55. Look at the volume that poured in too. Look at the volumes coming in, guys. I mean, there's a big candle right there at 1240 that drove it down, but look at the volume that's coming into INO. 51 million shares. It's not a super low float stock. Meanwhile, Wi-Fi, Boingo keeps moving down. Earnings play, been kind of giving it up. Yeah, these are not, I mean, you have to be so nimble. I mean, look at this one, the AHPI. I know I mentioned it here. Pops all the way up to 2450, and now it's back, and then it gets all the way down to 1850. I mean, you've really got to take, as somebody said, Commodore said, I mean, you got to take some of these. You have to take far fewer shares, wide stops, or don't do it at all. I mean, it's just very difficult to certainly intraday trade. And the other thing is, I mean, you might say, okay, why don't I swing trade it? How are you going to swing trade this? Like, what is going to be your stop? I mean, a stock that goes that was $45 2 days ago. now it's 19. To me, it's just one of these things in which you have to be in and watch it and get out. Can't do it, Stuart. You have to wait. It'll do it automatically tomorrow. You mean you want to see it disappear, literally disappear? I can do it because I have a developer build, but are you talking about getting rid of everything that you see, for instance? Now, there's a reason for that because eventually, yeah, so you don't want to see them anymore. Yeah, so eventually, though, what's going to happen, and the holdup has been we've been trying to change our accounting software, and it's more complicated than we thought because you know what we ultimately want to do is, as Dan calls it, the gamification of Brokerage Plus. So to have those weekly winners and all of that, But obviously, to do that, you can't go in there and delete things. So they have to remain in for the day, and then tomorrow they'll all be deleted as long as it's not a swing trade. Though I know that the swings were destroyed today too because of the data issue that we had. So that is the reason. Hey, good for you. Now, hopefully, you were taking sizes that correlate somewhat to your account. I don't want to know what your account size is, like your real account size is. But as I've said before, you can't start risking. And when I say you, people, you can't risk $1,000 a trade when you've got a $5,000 account. So it has to be realistic. All right, guys, I'll be shutting the room. What a day! I'll be shutting the room down at 3 o'clock. And as always, I'll stay later if there are any questions. But as it stands right now, I'll shut the room down at 3. Well, if you dipped your toe in it and made 400, that's great. Did you have stops in place also? How did you take the trades? Was it just purely manual, or have you been able to create your own buying and shorting parameters, or was it just purely manual, like clicking on INO, buying a certain number of shares and at a price? Wi-Fi continues down here. Wi-Fi. In INO, guys, INO looks like it, man, looks like it's ready to, come on, burst out here. There's that high right there on that topping tail. Okay, cool. Excellent. That's excellent. You made $400. How many trades did you take just for fun? How many trades was that based on? Only 4 trades? You made $400, only 4 trades, risking $50? That's excellent. Write a book. Eno, guys. Eno, Eno, Eno. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll buy that book too. Let's see what you do tomorrow. I want to report on my desk tomorrow. Why do the MAs on the top of the chart? You mean like up here? Like there's a, I think that's a 20, that's a 20. Well, it's just chart space. I mean, obviously if you had I don't know if I made this bigger, if it would, it's just the size of your chart, I guess. None whatsoever. What's the stock? Without, has it been around for 200 trading days? What stock? Run. Okay, let's look at run. So it must be way up here. I mean, there's a 200 days. Well, there it is. Okay, I mean, the 200-day moving average is 1669, so there it is. I'm glad you enjoy it, Dan. Okay, I can't answer that. Let me know the next time it happens with a specific symbol, and I'll type it in and see if it's happening with mine too. I mean, it shouldn't happen with the EMAs, with the SMA and EMAs. Okay, so run. So again, I look at run, and I've got the 200. There it is down here. It's not up here, so it's down here. Don't you have that down here? Because I see the 200-day is 1669, so it's below, way below the price. But it's right there. That's that green line. You don't have that green line? You have it in the chart, not the borders. You mean it not? You mean not extending out to here? Because of course there's a daily candle right there. So is that what you mean? That can't be that. I know, guys. I know. Oh, you're talking about the numerical. You're not talking about the actual line itself. Oh. Yeah, that happens to me every now and then too. I don't. I know, guys. I know. I told you about it. Maybe I'm in it. Oh yeah, that happens to me every now and then too. I don't know why. Yeah. So you're talking about when you hover over a candle. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. No explanation for that. How good is this? So now, took out, it's just at the pre-market high. Can it pop right through it? Yes. Like that. You're talking about like that, right? I mean, I'm trying to see the price, the pre-market high for Eno. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. And all of a sudden it's happened for Eno. Yeah. Eno, guys, yeah. Now you can, I see it's here. Yeah, I don't know why. Let's load it again. Yeah, no idea. Well, you can use any brokerage account, Stuart. You know, we're not linked. I mean, the only thing is with Interactive Brokers, you can then actually, trade your account. But you can use any broker. We don't, we're not, we link with many brokers. Linking meaning that we have this external linking tool, meaning that when I click on a symbol, it will load into your order entry into your broker's platform. So you don't have to constantly type the symbol in all day long. So you can use basically any broker. It's just that with Interactive Brokers, you can actually use the trading and all that like for real, like your real account. We are still talking with E-Trade. In fact, in the marketing meeting, I think we're getting closer and closer with E-Trade. And we are trying to add other ones. It's a cost factor and it's a time factor for us. It's not just snapping your fingers and there we're connected to a broker. It's not quite like that. It is really, yeah, it is kind of bizarre that there it is. I mean, there it is. Yeah, no rhyme or reason. So let me try to understand that. You mean you got a 50K account? Like you don't have to tell us exactly that, but you have a 50K account and you're up 20 in a month. Yeah, write a book. Yeah, I mean, this is, well, if you've done this in the month and in this last, well, now almost 3 weeks now, it's been a challenging market in terms of the swings. So if you've been able to swing some stocks and getting, well, look at OCUL. Somebody was mentioning this one earlier, OCUL. Haven't seen this one for a while. Well, they're very different. I mean, I know had news. I don't know if BIMI has any news. I know I actually had some news. Okay. So I mean they're different. This is right now this is news driven, okay? You know, Inostock is up positive developments for its virus, etc., etc. Virus vaccine. Okay, so I mean it has some news, such as it is. So you see how sneaky real is. He's going to resist the temptation and not tell you I told you so. So in a backhanded way, he's actually done it. He's very sneaky. He's not obviously not a Canadian. Most people would tell you that you're ugly, but I'm not going to be one of those people. Another classic. All right, so there's a spy pop. Again, guys, you know, it's the patience aspect of some of this. I mean, remember what I was saying about the I know. If you were in the room, you know, I was saying we should watch this one in case it has a pop out. Now, it wasn't right there. It was probably in this area right here. In case it pops out of here later on with volume. Okay? With volume. And look what happened. Popped out with volume. Yeah, Kim, unfortunately, I had to go back to the Chrome browser. I'll try Opera. I'll try Firefox tomorrow again, just in case. Actually, I should ask the question. So there's Ano, by the way. You have to use Chrome as your browser and then disable the hardware accelerator, okay? These are the, I'll pop it in here. I'm closing the room down pretty soon anyway, but let me just, so that if you come in tomorrow, you will at least have done this. Eno, guys. Okay, so underneath, Kim, I just posted. I want to ask a question though. Somebody said my screen was a little bit blurry. So at the beginning of the day, I was using Firefox as my browser because that was recommended so as to not have people come into the room and say, "Hey, I can't see half your screen." But are you guys saying that it was blurrier using Firefox than using Chrome right now? Yes. So Luis is saying yes. So it was blurrier using. Okay, then I have to keep using Chrome. Was no difference for you? Yeah, I know my name, but I really have to find. I have to get it. Was it a consensus? Look at Eno, guys. Do you detect some excitement in my voice? Look at that red bar ignored even. Yeah, but are you using Chrome as your? Yeah, you said. I remember you said it looked cleaner, Luis. Now again, when you say Firefox was choppy, are you talking about? I'm not talking about when I had the big audio problem. You talking about from right from the beginning, Stuart? And it has to be more of a consensus. I know. I'm wondering if it's going to get halted. So when you say half clear, you're talking about the top half and the bottom half is pixelated. So again, if it's pixelated on the bottom, I mean, it's typically you just have to disable the hardware accelerator in Chrome, and then remember you have to close down Chrome and then reload it. You don't have to do that. Only have to do that one time. Video was choppy. Interesting. Well, I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any comments about that. Wow. My big comment is wow. Now, I mean, this still has. Let's see. What sort of room does it have on that monthly chart? 781 or so to the monthly. I'm surprised it has. Well, it obviously has not triggered, and there's a red bar ignored even. I mean, so even late on, $6. There's the uptrend, the red bar, totally engulfed. Well, maybe it's sneaking. Maybe that topping tail is a little bit above. Of course, now I can't see the, as Chris was pointing out. But that bottoming tail would mean more than even if that topping tail is just sneaking above the top of that bar right there. Well, I'm going to stick around until Eno runs out of steam. As they say, one good trade, guys. And just patience, 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 patience. Thank you, Real. Yeah. I think you're just heading out now. All right. Now there's a topping tail. Let's see if this is the end. The doors. All right. Well, okay, guys. I think I'll shut it down now. Unless there are any other questions, I will stick around if there's some questions. Otherwise, I will shut it down now. Going once, going twice. All right. I think that's a wrap for today, guys. Well, hopefully tomorrow we have no technical issues either in the room itself or with trade ideas. I'll keep my fingers crossed on that. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern. So I hope to see everybody in the room. Have a great evening, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.